First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action here on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Incomplete. The former Pro Bowler Glover Quinn there making the play.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Set, lady. Hey, tag 32, tag 32. Oh, here.
The first carry now, this is Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Jumbo, jumbo. Set, got 80.
On second down, here's Stafford. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down, Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 71 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Cook following the penalty. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
That's what I do.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Set. Lady. Omaha. Remove. Block it. 21. Look behind.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And this one is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Set. Lady.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. This one complete to Theo Riddick. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Hey. Set. Lady.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Set. Lady.
Here's Stafford now on second down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
You ready? Lady. Tag 57. Ready. Tag 53.
Now a handoff. Johnson down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down. Stafford throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Prater for the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his pass incomplete. That's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Cousins now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Cousins again. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cousins now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, boys, got 4. 4 down. Set.
The backup, Rob Kelly, his first carry. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Cousins. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Set. 50. Omaha tonight.
Stafford on 1st down. He hits Riddick underneath. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Set. 180. Hey, tag 50 left.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Caught right side Tate. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing again is Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Set. Red 80. Drill right, 22.
Stafford looks to throw again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. On the move to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. Now he's forced, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it. But it's almost like you heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Now Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 57 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On the ground, it's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Second down, Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Cousins to throw it. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
32, 32, ready. Hot.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. On first down, Stafford here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Set. 180. 22.
Play action. Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford now to throw. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Let's go. Black.
Cousins now. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. On 1st down, Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Yellow.
Cousins. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Cousins. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
We're going. We're going. Let's go. Black, 82.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So out now come the Lions. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Hey, go here. Set.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now a first down throw. Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Set. 180.
To throw again. Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set. 180.
Now it's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good, and the lead is down to 2. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's Stafford now on second down. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On second down, here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Kelly. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And out now come the Vikings. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. A first down throw for Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, do you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
They'll look to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
A toss running left. That's Cook. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And Detroit getting set to go now. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away, but a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Now it's Stafford. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So would that mean 3 weeks in the books and they creep above 500 now at 2-1?
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams